Good morning, everyone. Welcome to UK Weekly Dhamma podcast, the podcast for everyone who wants to know Buddhism more and more. See me again. I am Venerable Phra Karucha Pabhākaro, or people call me Monk Kom. Today, I will continue the topic from the last 2 weeks about Kamma and Samsara. Some people may still have a question: if samsara really exists, why we don't exactly remember the story from the past life? Yes, we sometimes feel familiar with something, some people we just met, but we don't exactly remember our past life. The answer of this question is very simple. We all know that we can't remember everything even in this life. For example, when someone asks, "What did you do yesterday?" or "What did you eat last week?" Many times we have to try too hard to recall the memory to answer some basic questions, and we usually forget it. Regarding a period of reborning process, it can explain that why people can't remember the past life. Just in the womb, we are unconscious for 9 months. Yes, it's long enough to forget many things in our life. And this is related to the question why the law of karma is not fair, why it's unfair. If we just look on the face of this law of karma, we may think that it's really fair. People should get what they did. However, if we consider more, it's not fair that there is a rule that we don't know whether it's true or not, but it affects our life without knowing all the time. This is one of the reasons why the Buddha wants to overcome the cycle of rebirth. He doesn't want to reborn under this unfair law anymore. To understand more and to know how to overcome it, we have to know the Trivatta diagram, or the endless circle of karma. Trivatta, tri means 3. Vata means is the meaning like samsara. So it's like the T composition of samsara, which I show you now. This analogy, this diagram given by the Lord Buddha, indicate that there are certain phenomena which activate the law of rebirth, including Kilesa, or defilements, or gloominess, means evil which lies latent in our consciousness. It causes our mind to become clouded and impure. Under the dictate of defilements, a living being cannot be itself, but is forced by its defilement to perform all kinds of deeds. And it's when we have Kilesa in our mind, it causes us to do some bad karma or bad action. They include physical, verbal, and mental deeds, and can be either good or bad about karma. And the next vipaka, or fruits, or consequence of action. They mean the consequence of karma. I have already explained about karma and vipaka. Vipaka is I explained about karma, but vipaka is quite simple. So now I will explain more about Kilesa. There are 3 main families of Kilesa or defilements: Lobha or greed, Dosa or anger, and Moha or delusion. These 3 families of Kilesa are also called the three bases of unwholesomeness. Let's begin with the first Kilesa. Lobha or greed results from our mind's hunger, and it manifests itself as craving, covetousness, possessiveness, a need to accumulate things and more. Lobha causes an inordinate amount of greed and covetousness. A greedy person can still be hungry in spite of having great material wealth. A greedy person feels that he never had enough and always wants more. A greedy person is like a fire that continues to rage, or an ocean that is never saturated with water. And it is the first Kilesa. And next, dosa or anger. It causes the mind to heat up, to want to destroy and hurt other people and things. This family of defilements cause the mind to heat up and boil over. Those are destructive to oneself and others. When the mind is dominated by dosa, even friends and family members are seen as opponents. One is not happy with oneself. A person dominated by dosa is like a bomb that goes off to hurt first oneself, then other people and things. And the last defilement, moha or delusion. It causes one mind to be dizzy, misguided, and inebriated and dark. Moha means not having a clear understanding of things, but being dominated by blind beliefs. One refuses to employ analytical reflection in order to arrive at the truth or to see things as they are in reality. A person dominated by moha is like a person who has lost his way. He is misguided. He cannot appreciate another person's virtue. He is partial. He is disrespectful and more problem with his life. Moha causes a person to commit unwholesomeness to a varying degree, from a light misdeed to the gravest misdeed. These three families of Kilesa, Lobha, Dosa, and Moha, force human beings and other living beings to commit misdeeds and incur vipaka, or the ill consequence of the misdeeds. And the endless cycle of Kamma, it begins when we are born. We don't know what's right or wrong. Then sometimes we let defilement, or what I just said, Lobha, Dosa, and Moha. Then we let these three Kilesa control ourselves, doing some bad karma or bad deeds. Once we do that, we are under the process of receiving the consequence of bad karma. And it usually takes more than one lifetime until the effect of that karma is expired. Or I can simply explain that defilement control us to do bad deeds. Then we have to receive effect in many lifetimes. And in many lifetimes, we are under this loop again and again and again. So we will stuck with this endless circle of karma and we can't free from it. So to free from sufferings, or to know how to overcome the samsara, we need to break this endless circle of karma. And how to end this circle of karma? Look at the diagram again. What can we cut off from this loop? Concerning Kamma, we still need to think or do something for a living, so we can't stop our action. It means we have to receive the consequence of our karma, or we can't avoid vipaka. And what about defilement or kilesa? You can see that if we just don't let defilements control to us to do bad deeds, then this circle will end. To do that, we need to be mindful all the time, purify the mind until we don't even have any negative thoughts. Then this cycle can't affect our life anymore. And meditation is the hero of this process. If we practice enough until our mind be truly pure, then we can be mindful all the time. And it is part of enlightenment, the ultimate goal of Buddhism. And that's why practicing meditation or mindfulness, it is what we need to do as often as possible. And that's all for today. If you have any question or want to know something more, you can comment below. Have a good week and see you next podcast.
The law of karma, remember this in your mind. Avoid the bad, do only good, purify your mind. When you die, you'll go to heaven. You have to know, and you must know, life's in the cycle of samsara. There is no way to get away under the law of karma.
Even the Lord Buddha and the great emperor or superpower angel,
They are affected by their actions, life's ups and downs, the cause of good or bad. A clouded mind will lead to hell, and suffering the cause of bad deeds. But the brightest mind does only good, and good deeds will lead you to good places. The law of karma, remember this in your mind. Avoid the bad, do only good, purify your mind. When you die, you'll go to heaven. The law of karma, remember this in your mind. Avoid the bad, do only good, purify your mind. When you die, you'll go to heaven. No one escapes the law of karma. Belief in cause and effect mean belief in the law of karma. No one escapes the law of karma. Belief in cause and effect mean belief in the law of karma. No one escapes the law of karma. Belief in cause and effect mean belief in the law of karma. No one escapes the law of karma. Belief in cause and effect mean belief in the law of karma. Belief in cause and effect means belief in the law of karma.